Welcome to the Let's Talk BS podcast. I'm Bryan.
And I'm Sofia, and we're coming to you live from the
757.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sophia. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. Doing well. How was this past week? What you got going on? What's been going on with you?
So I have done a few things this week. So I went to Sephora because I said, Sophia, I don't have a skincare routine, y'all. Let me tell you. I wash my face with regular soap, put on some Jergens lotion, we call it a day. So I was talking to one of my friends, and she loves skincare. Like, that's her thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, what products do you think I should use? And so she, as soon as I opened up that door, it was the floodgates. She was like, use this and this. And she was sending me all kinds of stuff. And I just was like, oh, my God, this is too much. So then when I told her what I use, she laughed at me.
Oh, wow.
So then I took myself to Sephora, and I said, okay, I'm going to try this thing, try to see what I can find. Because I don't have, pimple issues. I know a lot of people do. They suffer from, acne and all that stuff. I don't have that. What I have is more so, what they call it, hyperpigmentation, I think is what it's called.
Okay.
So it's basically when your skin is different colors.
Okay. Yeah. Different shades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that I don't relate when it comes to a lot of the different skincare that's out there. So I was in Sephora for probably about an hour trying to figure out what skincare to get. Because they start pumping, they got big words like retinol and hydrofluoric acid or something like that. All this stuff that I have no clue what it is.
Yeah.
And then
were you were you by yourself, or was you speaking to a person that were helping you?
I was speaking to a person and they were, I did some online research.
Yeah.
Then I spoke to a person who was helping me.
Okay.
And let's just say I walked out of there with $400 worth of skincare products.
Oh, wow.
$400 worth of skin. And this is supposed to be, from my understanding, that this only lasts for 30 days. 30 days.
Oh, wow.
I was like, what the hell? It ain't that much skincare in the world. I can't see myself spending $400 monthly or even quarterly.
What did you get, though? What was
I got a cleanser. I got a toner. I got eye cream. I got eye patch things that you put on your face. They're like cucumber. I got a skin brightening cream. I don't even know what it's called. And then I got a moisturizer. I got a brush. I needed a new brush, which I use for my eyebrows.
Okay.
And I believe that's it. That's all I got. That's all I can remember getting. When I got a serum. I got a serum.
This stuff's gonna last 30 days. That's it. I guess it's used daily or something.
The eye patches I know last for 30 days. Everything else I'm not 100% sure. We're just gonna have to figure it out.
Okay.
Because you're supposed to use most of it night and
twice a day.
Okay. Yeah, in the morning and at night, and it's a lot. Because you have to I remember I put on those eye patch things for my eyes, and I was there waiting 10 minutes, to wait for it to do its thing. And I'm like, 10 minutes? Shit, I could have been dressed 10 minutes after washing my face.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
But it's a process. They say it takes about 6 months before you see a difference. So I'm going to try it out. And then I also went skating this week.
Oh, sweet.
So
I went skating I guess since the last time we recorded on Saturday, I went to a kid's birthday party and skated. Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah. So I went for fun. I didn't have a birthday party or anything like that. But it was really cool. So it was family night. It was on a Wednesday. There were a lot of people in there. There were people in there my age that just you could tell that they were there just practicing their skill. They were the real skaters that can do all the crazy tricks and stuff like that. And they, you seen them at one point all skating together, and then they all did their own thing and stuff like that. And there were kids there. And then I bought me some skates for myself, so I'm so happy
Did you
that I
use
finally.
Those? Or did you have your own skates when you went? Or?
No. So I had been doing a lot of research online about what type of skates I wanted to get because I said to myself, I want to not learn how to skate, but I want to get better at skating. And it's a fun exercise because going to the gym can be like boring as hell, right? So I remember back when I lived in Florida, I used to rollerblade outside all the time. And so we have a beach here, but it ain't the same. It ain't always hot outside here. So I was like, okay, I'm going to implement going to the skating ring. And so when I went there, I said, you know what? I already got my own rollerblades, but I don't have my own skates. So I bought skates. Sweet. And I'm excited.
So they're here or they're not? They're here already or?
I bought them at the skating ring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when I walked in, I bought them.
I didn't even know they sell skates at the skating ring. I didn't even know that. I just know they normally you go, when you go skate, you run them. I didn't even know they sell skates there.
Really? Oh, yeah. See, I knew because, I didn't know what Virginia did, but I know when I was a kid and I went skating, they sold skates there all the time. Because I remember I used to window shop. I used to be looking there and be like, oh, those pink ones are so cute. Oh, those purple ones are nice. Mm-hmm. But when I went this week, I said, hey, do y'all sell skates? They were like, oh, yeah, we do. So I went in there and I got skates. And it was cool because, I didn't feel like, you know how sometimes you could do stuff and you could feel like the odd person out? I didn't feel like that because everybody that was skaters there, they all had their own skates. Yeah, so I was like, this is the right move. This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, if you're going to skate like that, I think that is, you don't want to always be at mercy to using the skates at the skating rink. Yeah, I think that's definitely the good move to buy your own for sure.
Yeah, so I got me some skates. They're really nice. I tried them on. I skated for a while. Then I went back to the guy. He adjusted them to my comfort. Mm-hmm. And he tied them up for me and everything.
Oh, word.
He got on the ground and was like...
It's like the people at the front, or it's like a certain section or something?
Not the person that you actually pay to get into the skating ring, but the people who are behind the skates.
Yeah, like when you go rent them, the people behind there.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got down, came out. He was like, stand up. Now wiggle your feet. Wiggle your ankles. I was like, how the fuck do you wiggle your ankles?
Wow.
But it was fun. It was fun. And then me and the kids skated, and oh my gosh, Jada. That girl, she got a mouth on her. She will backtalk and say whatever under the sun. But when it comes to new experiences, she is the scariest person ever. She doesn't like to swim because it's scary. She doesn't like to jump off anything because it's scary. So when we went skating, same thing.
Oh, wow.
She was in the middle, scared to death.
Oh, wow.
To skate. But eventually she got better. But it's just funny seeing someone who could talk the most trash.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Be the scariest person in the world.
Yeah, they're putting their uncomfortable zone.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean. That's what's up. Up. Yeah, we had on Saturday. This was last Saturday. My son, he had got invited to a birthday party over here, right across the street from our office at I think it's called Skate House, if I'm not mistaken. But we went there, and one of his kids in his class had a birthday, and it was pretty cool because they have a skating ring, and they also have a play area, so the kids can, have slides and mm-hmm. Chuck E. Cheese type of things where you can get tickets and all that or whatever. So it was pretty cool. But that was my son's first time skating, and I was he was talking about it the whole week, leading up to it because he knew that he was getting ready to do it. Yeah. And like you said, I know growing up, I used to skate all the time. Mm-hmm. So I hadn't skated in a while, but I used to skate all the time. So I kind of was familiar with skating, but he had never done it before. And so all of his, kids in his class that was there, they were falling, and they had this little area for kids so they can skate. That's kind of away from where the people who, I guess, the adults or the people who feel more comfortable skating at or whatever.
Yeah, that particular skating ring has two different areas. So they have a kid skating rink, and then they have an adult skating rink, as opposed to most skating rings have the kids center in the middle.
Correct. Mm-hmm. Correct. Yeah. So. It was cool because they gave you for the kids, they gave you the little push thing that when you skate it, it's kind of a lot. It keeps you from not falling every single time.
Yeah,
right?
That's what Jada had.
Yeah, so my son, he was doing it, and it was literally all of his kids in his class were falling, just falling their butt, falling. And my son, he didn't fall not one time. He literally did not fall not one time. Then it got to the point where he got enough confidence where I was like, hey, do you want to try skating without, pushing the thing? He was like, yeah. So I moved it over to the side, and he did it. And all the kids in his class it was pretty cool because all the kids in his class were just standing there looking at him, and he felt like he was a star. You know what I mean? Because he was like in the middle area, and he was skating, and I was in there with him or whatever. I was like, "Come skate to me," and all of his kids kind of stopped and just looked at him. And he was funny. Like, and then my son is funny because he like when he understands or knows those moments, so he kind of put his chest out a little bit like that. So it was just funny, man. But we had a good time. I even because it was just me and him for the birthday party. So I even went on the adult skating ring, and I even kind of skated for like just maybe 10 minutes myself or whatnot. Because he was like, Daddy, I want to see you skate. I want to see you skate. I was telling him I used to skate when I was younger. And so he was like, all right, cool. So it was pretty cool. And then after that, the kids got, cake and all that. And they played on the other side where you could slide and have a good time or whatever. So it was pretty cool. That's crazy. We both skated the same week. That's
that is funny.
Yeah, yeah. I hadn't skated in God knows how long. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's skating is a good time. Carter did well. He was like, no, like I have no issues with him. I could let him go. He didn't cry. He was looking at Jada like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, why? What
about
you
Maya?
So
how did she do?
Oh, Maya. Well, you probably don't know, but Maya is a skateboarder. So
okay,
yeah, she took skating well. I mean, okay, yeah. She rode. Are they trying to get their own skates too, or are they like going to want to get skates too, or? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I mean, that's it's hard to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Jada will. Maybe Maya or Carter, because Carter he truly enjoyed himself. He was out there, and he made some friends. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go skate with my friend." I said, "Okay," and he skated with his friend.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
What skating ring you go to? Greenbrier?
I went to Greenbrier.
Greenbrier, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
And it was fun, I must say. It was a good time.
That's what's up. Yeah,
I've been to the gym a few times this week, too.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's good. It's always, I think this time of the year, a lot of folks got those 2024, aspirations and dreams. So it's like, hey, get a kickstart on the year. Go ahead and start going. So, yeah, I've even seen the gym I go to has been a good amount of more people in there in the morning time than what normally would be. Like I would say over the last probably 3 to 4 weeks, basically since December, I would say I've seen a lot more people in there. So yeah, I love it. Love seeing everybody trying to get out there and get it right, get it tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
How long it lasts? You know me, I'm gonna keep starting over until I get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but besides that, the week was pretty, chill.
Yeah.
It's the week before a holiday. Yeah, so, you know, sometimes things could be a little bit busier for others and then things could be a little bit slower. So
Yeah, for me, I went to the movies, which was pretty cool. My kids got out of school. The last day of school this week was Tuesday. So they've been home since Wednesday. So we went to the movies to kind of keep them occupied, which was cool. We went to go see the new Wonka movie. That was something that one of my favorite movies growing up. I would say it's probably top 5 for me. And Brooke too, she likes it as well. It's one of her favorite movies too. So it's something that we have in common there. And so we went to go see, because we've seen it at home a couple of times, and the kids kind of liked like the music, when they sing the Oompa Loompas and all that. They kind of like looking like, whoa, what's going on? They see all the chocolate and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool for them to be able to go see this at the movie theater. They just love going to the movie theater, to be honest with you. A lot of times it really don't matter what movie, we're watching, but just the experience of sitting there eating popcorn, eating pizza, whatever they want, is pretty cool. But the movie was good. It was really, really good. I liked how they showed the origin of Willy Wonka. So they actually kind of took it back from, in the original movie, you already see, Willy Wonka, he's an older guy, and he kind of hands the chocolate factory down to Charlie at the end of the movie. And in this movie, it shows you Willy Wonka when he was like a teenager, and it kind of shows you like how he, made chocolate and, his origin, how he actually got the facility of where he was going to be at, for the rest of, I guess, his chocolate making career. So it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool, man. They had, it was really funny. Actually, it had some pretty funny parts, man. But I definitely think it's a good movie to check out with the family for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I one of my really good friends, she lives in Germany, and we've been friends for probably about So she's been gone from the United States for about 10 years now. So we were friends like 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 years before that. I can't remember how long, but She used to send me chocolate from Germany, like once a year. And the chocolate bars remind me
of the Wonka.
Yes, because they're like in a
certain type of wrapper, kind of.
Yeah, they're like in a purple wrapper.
Yeah.
Which is like cool, and honestly, the German chocolate is better.
Oh, way better
than the United States chocolate.
Way better. Yeah.
And she used to tell me about that, but obviously she lived here. So one time her mom did send me some before she moved back, and then she kind of carried that tradition. But now I haven't had any. Now I think about it, I haven't had any German chocolate. I'm going to have to tell her next time I talk to her, like, hey, where's my chocolate?
Yeah.
But they have some pretty good chocolate. Me and her, when we talk on the phone, we always talk about, like, how things were when we were in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, I miss her.
That's what's up. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's been kind of, I know... one good thing, I know we take it really light towards the end of this year, with, kind of spending a lot more time with the fam, especially with the kids being out of school and then being home. So we've done things, just in the house, watch movies. There we had a light walk in our neighborhood where you can walk around and look at Christmas, all the different Christmas decorations. And in our neighborhood, there's a lot of people who take it very seriously as far as like, the decorations or whatnot. So that was pretty cool. That was something that we also did as well. But as far as just kind of what's going on also that I've seen in just the world this last week, I would say, I know last time we spoke about the Jonathan Majors trial that he was going through when he got, it was a domestic violence case that was against him from his ex-girlfriend. I seen that they actually came out with the verdict on that. And it from my understanding, as far as like the heavier charges that were levied against him, he was not found guilty, but he was found guilty on some of the minor charges. I think it was like harassment or something of that nature.
An assault. Misdemeanor assault.
Misdemeanor assault, yeah. So I was like, wow. And I seen immediately like a couple of people like Disney and someone else dropped him, I guess, from being, affiliated with them or being one of, I don't know exactly the term that they use, but I was like, dang, like, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And Marvel, right? Marvel was another one.
I think Marvel might have been the other one as well.
Yeah.
They dropped him from, I guess being on their team or being within their, production team or as far as actors go. So I was like, dang, that's tough. So.
Yeah. That whole situation, like I said from last week, that whole situation is like, it's one of those things where, if she, like I said, if she was truly assaulted or truly harmed, then do what you have to do. But if you're just doing it to get back at him because he is not with you anymore, then that's not fair because there's people that are really getting hurt.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean,
you know what's odd to me, though? Seeing Megan Good stick by him, and then she left a previous relationship where that kind of drama wasn't in her life. To me, that is just like, whoa. Now, obviously, we don't know what they were going through because that their relationship was very private. But to me, it just seems like kind of insane to go from a pretty decent-looking relationship where everything was good to then go into a drama-filled relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I understand. Yeah, the optics kind of look a little crazy, but
very, not a little.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah. But again, I mean,
he could be. You're right. You don't know
what's going on with them.
You don't know.
You know what I mean? It just, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. Also craziness, the TD Jakes story. You see that?
I didn't see it, but I saw them mention TD Jakes, and then they had the rainbow flag next to his name. So when I saw that, I was like, oh, man. Because he's married, right?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
That's what I was...
Yeah, I believe he is married.
Yeah. So, just seeing that next to someone's name who's a pastor and married to a woman, right?
Yeah.
it's just sad to see. So, what you saw when you looked at the...
it's crazy. So what I saw was, Diddy had...
Diddy?
Yeah, Diddy.
Hold on, wait. Diddy and TD Jakes? Hold on, wait.
Yeah, right.
How are they in the same news?
So Diddy was... recently had a lawsuit filed against him from his ex-girlfriend, Cassie, right?
Yep.
And so, typically when you file a lawsuit, you have to present evidence, to show why you're filing that lawsuit. And normally there's, write-up of exactly what the lawsuit's for and all the different things that, are going on or whatever, right? So, immediately when that lawsuit came out, Diddy settled it. I think it was within a day, because, obviously a lot of people said there was a lot of damning evidence against him. And it was a civil lawsuit, so it was for money. It wasn't any type of criminal lawsuit at all, but there was a lot of damning evidence in there that supported the lawsuit, right? And so the rumor is there's things that are starting to come out because that stuff was supposed to be kept confidential. There's things that are starting to come out that were included in the lawsuit, and that was included in some of the different evidence that Cassie turned in, in support of what she did. And so one of the things that came out was that, Diddy, he's known for having these, extravagant, crazy parties, that TD Jakes was at one of the parties, and that TD Jakes was having sexual encounters with men. Allegedly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's what was in the that's what the rumor is that's going on or whatever. So that's what prompted, obviously, like you said, you saw like the flag, the LGBTQ, dot. I don't know what the rest of it is, but that's what prompted.
Not the dot.
Yeah, I don't know, et cetera. But that's what prompted that. So it's like a lot of people like kind of talking like, is it true? Is it true? Is it true or whatever? So. I got like a group chat and we were kind of having conversations and and it's just like, dang, it's like all these people that's crazy. Like it's starting to see all these people who, obviously we don't know if this is true or not. So I'm gonna keep saying that. I mean, I'm just reading what the rumor is and what everybody's commenting on, but it's just crazy. Like all these people that I'm starting to see a lot of people I grew up watching and thinking that there were certain things about them, and it's just like now it's like they all had like this crazy like stuff going on behind the scenes. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Hopefully I don't have to add TD Jakes to that list, man.
Now that you mention that, Christian Keys, do you know who that is?
Heard of him, but not
light-skinned guy.
Nah.
He's real pretty looking.
It's a pretty boy, pretty looking.
Yeah, okay. He is. He's like a Shamar Moore, pretty. Like, okay. He just came out and said that he was, I don't know if he was sexually assaulted or if he was like a guy kind of like basically threw himself at him or something like that, like 10, 15 years ago. And now he's speaking on it. And whomever this person is, he's saying that he's like high up, but he won't mention the person's name. But he did confirm that a lot of his fans that are commenting in the post that whatever he's recording, that a lot of people are saying the name of the person that allegedly sexually harassed him.
Yeah. Yeah, when people do stuff like that, man, I don't know, man. Like, I always got, like, if you're going to come out and make a video about something and then, like, kind of leave it vague and insinuate something but not stand on it, like, I don't really like that, man. Like, if you're gonna get to the process of making a video, you might as well just say what's going on. Like, because now you're just adding more fuel to the fire, because obviously from what I'm gathering, what you're saying is they're insinuating it's probably Diddy, right? Or somebody that, you know what I mean?
No, a lot of people, yeah, maybe. It could be Diddy.
Because Diddy's going on, because what's going on in the media right now, right? Because I even seen Columbus Short do something similar, but he actually named Diddy. So that's different, right? Yeah. But to me, when somebody is a public figure that's going, that's being mentioned and these allegations are being mentioned, and you come out and make a video, hey, something happened to me 10 years ago. I'm not going to say who it is, but what everyone's talking about. Like, I don't know. That's just insinuating that you're talking about that person. And if you're not, then that's just messed up. You know what I mean? So just say it. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's how I look at it. Like, what's the point of making this video and putting yourself out there but not really saying anything about it. Like, that's just, you might as well keep it to yourself then if you're going to be like that. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah, but some people have trauma. Like, they go through it. They don't know how to handle it. Time passed, and then now they want to come forward and talk about it.
So they want to come forward right when somebody else has been put
It may
out
not
there.
be the same person. What if it's a whole entirely different person?
Then say it. What's the point of making the video? That's what I'm saying. Like, what's the point of making?
I don't know.
Because somebody else has been brought up now you feel your trauma. You feel good. You feel the okay to say something, but then still leave the person nameless. Because I mean, you understand what that is insinuating, though, right? You do understand that, okay?
Of course. But
that's all I'm saying. So just imagine something you're in the media, Sophia. Something happened. You're a popular figure. Something happened to you, right? Or your name is being thrown around in the media. Mm-hmm. And then somebody who has no dealings with you at all, never met you, never said nothing, comes out and makes a video and insinuates a similar charge happened to them that that the allegations are against you. So now people are going to associate this person to you.
That's true.
That's not cool. And so that's just going to make it, more messier, make you look more guiltier, you know what I'm saying? And you have nothing to do with that person.
True.
That's just messed up to me. Like, you might as well just say with the person, especially when you're coming out. The reason that provoked you to say what you're saying is because of this allegation. You know what I mean?
That's true. So, but, I mean, teach his own.
Yeah, I just think that's messed up. That's all.
I don't personally, based on what I read and what I saw, I think that these two situations are totally different because the person who allegedly sexually harassed him is in the filmmaking industry. Diddy ain't in it.
Okay.
So I think that kind of excludes him from the optics of it even being close to being him. But again, the person didn't name drop. So Christian Keys did not name drop. So we don't know who this person is. But yeah. Based on the comments of, people like coming out and naming people, they were just, a lot of people speculate. So they're in the comments speculating, name dropping different people who are of a higher class than he is, right? Yeah. Who could potentially ruin his career, and they're name dropping these people in the comments. And then he goes back and says, dang, like, y'all, somebody in the comments, a lot of people in these comments got it right. And
to me, that's just playing games, though. Like, it's just serious. Like, oh, you close, you hot, you cold. Like, what? Just say the name. That's what I'm saying. People like that, stuff like that to me, like, but you got trauma. You don't want to say the person's name, but you sitting there playing games.
Or they
like,
don't want they don't want their career to be ended.
Okay, but they did what they did to you, right? So I don't know. That just seems crazy to me.
Apparently, this person is God in the film industry.
Okay. So well, they did. It don't matter. They not God for real.
True.
So it don't matter. Like, if somebody did something to you and you want to come out and make to me, it's like either you're gonna. It's like people be doing that gray area stuff. Like, either you're gonna come out and say what happened to you and what did it, or if you have the trauma and you want to keep it under wraps and you just don't feel you want to talk about it, I understand that too. But don't come out and play games. Oh, you hot. Oh, I got 15 people said the right name, but like that's playing games, man. That's just playing games. Playing games.
Well, I guess we'll never know, or maybe we will know.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see.
No, maybe we can look at the comments and see what's the percentage. Maybe he gives us a percentage of how many people have said the right name. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe
that could be true.
Yeah.
I just hope it isn't someone who we identify as like someone good that does a lot for people.
Man,
you know what I mean?
People are people, man. I don't even care about that stuff anymore. I used to feel like that, like, oh man, like I hope it's not that person, man. But I mean, I've seen too many people over the years where people we like, oh man, like, and they done some crazy stuff, yo. So it is what it is. I mean, we talked about Diddy. We talked about.
Diddy, but hold on, wait though.
What?
Diddy always had that personality. If you watch,
I never thought that the stuff that he's being alleged for, like, I never thought that he was out here doing that. You know what I mean? Like the domestic violence and stuff, like that's crazy. Like for me, domestic violence is like I've never understood why a man would hit a woman. Like I've never understood. I don't
understand that, but when I used to watch Making the Band, the way Diddy used to get mad. Yeah. On Making the Band, to me, I think that if you can do that on camera, I can't imagine how elevated you can be off camera. That's how I think about it.
Gotcha.
I could be wrong.
Yeah,
but
I just looked at it.
I see it.
Understood. I mean, I guess I just looked at it from.
Because if you have an attitude like that, chances are, if that's your oh, I don't mind people seeing this side of you, then it can only get worse.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I just look at it from the standpoint of like somebody being passionate. I obviously has anger, attitude. I've seen all the stuff you said growing up. I watched the same stuff. But as far as like physically hitting somebody versus yelling at somebody, like that's two totally different things. You know what I mean? Especially hitting a woman. You know what I mean? So like, I just think that's crazy. You know what I mean? And then so for me, it's like I've seen football. I've seen like people like actors yelling at people on set, frustrated about certain things. Like I've seen all of that before. So I just kind of lumped that Diddy yelling at the band people and trying to bring greatness out of these people and seeing things that they don't necessarily see about themselves, whatever it may be. That's kind of how I chalked it up. But like to me, that versus like physically hitting people and giving a woman a black eye and like doing, like that type of stuff, like those are, I look at that differently. And just because I seen Diddy yelling at people and being very angry on TV, I'm not gonna say I never thought, but it's just, I just think that it was like, dang, you know what I'm saying? I
didn't think of it that way back then, obviously, because I was young when that came out. But in retrospect, knowing what I know as an adult, knowing the type of temperament that you could have as an adult, like there's levels, right? Mm-hmm. And I do believe that the way that you can act and portray to let some other people see, that's only like some of it, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then you have to keep in mind, like, okay, well, what don't you let people see, and how bad that can get, and that's how I came up with my prediction. But I don't know. Well, he gave her the money, so something happened. We just don't know what.
Yeah. But I mean, it's just over the years. I mean, you've seen different people's names get in the media for, doing crazy drugs. I mean, just doing stuff where it's like, dang, like you never thought like that person would be doing something like that, or people that you hold in high regard, or people that you looked up to, and it's like, dang, like, you know what I mean? Like you let, I just remember my dad, again, I always resort, back to like just, the principles my pops instilled in me when I was younger. You know what I mean? He would just talk, he always called them distractions. Like, he was like, son, he was like, really life is just about being, preserving yourself, or being preserved. I forget how you say it, but
spit it out.
Yeah, I'm stuck on it, right? But basically being able to navigate the different distractions that come your way as you grow up. You know what I mean? So it's like the drugs, it's the women, it's the money, it's all of these different things that are going to be, put into you and your space, and really being able to navigate that and not put yourself in a situation where, that becomes, a serious situation. So it's taking drugs, being caught in situations where drugs are around you, physically, getting mad at a woman or letting a woman get you angry to the point where you gotta hit her, like all that, like that's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? And so like, you think when people got all this money and, they have all the access to all these things, like why would they let that overcome them? You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Well, some people get that control and then, get that type of money, and they figure that money gets them a certain type of respect and control over others.
Absolutely.
So, that dynamic is totally different.
Yeah.
You can get money and then feel like you're superior to other people.
Absolutely.
And you're untouchable. I mean, we have a president that felt that way.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's why it's like keeping your core values, right? So like all that stuff is going to be like, I don't care who you are in life. There's going to be money stuff that's going to come. There's going to be drugs. There's going to be the opposite sex. If you're a woman, man, relationship,
same sex.
Yeah, same sex, anger. It's all that stuff. That's a part of life. I mean, if you live long enough, you're going to have those experiences at the highest level, regardless if you're make millions of dollars or regardless if you make hundreds of dollars. Like it don't matter. You know what I mean? But being able to navigate those situations and circumstances, regardless of the fact, like that's the thing. And I just you see a lot of people who fall victim to that, and it's crazy. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I think was it Diddy that said it himself? More money, more problems.
Yeah. That's my favorite song actually of all time. More money, more problems. So yeah. Shiny suit era. Yeah.
Speaking of clothes, my daughter, my teenager, her style. Oh my gosh. She is into this baggy clothes thing, which is fine with me. I don't have an issue with it, but it's just like, OD. It is OD.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. That's what we wore growing up. We was baggy clothes with it.
I know.
So it's like it's just coming back around.
I know. Mm-hmm. That's the part that is like, I'm like, girl.
Yeah, they always say styles and those things kind of repeat themselves, generation to generation. So yeah, I see it. I see a lot of the kids wearing the baggy clothes, and I mean, you see even like the people on TV, celebrities and stuff. They be wearing baggy clothes. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, speaking of celebrities, did you see that Cardi B and what's her husband name? Offset. They broke up again.
Yeah. I heard about that. Yeah, I heard that. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened either. But.
Yeah, I heard that she was like visibly upset. I guess they said he cheated on her again or something like that. Yeah, I don't know exactly the ins and outs. But,
that one is something different.
Yeah.
All right, now jumping into mortgage-related news.
Yeah, right. We went pretty deep. We talked a lot of BS on that one, right?
We did.
Our podcast name. But yeah, jumping into mortgage stuff. I've had a couple of people. Or one person I talked to specifically in the last week, and then even like this group chat that we have amongst us other mortgage folks that we work with, talk about recasting. So I kind of wanted to chat about that today, because recasting is a pretty cool feature that a lot of folks don't know about that they can potentially do depending on their loan type. Mm-hmm. So recasting is when you have a large lump sum of money that you pay down on what you currently owe on your mortgage, and then now the new amount of what you owe, you're able to have the term change based on the amount you owe and the current interest rate. So let's say, for instance, you buy a home, and this is the situation that it happens typically in, right? Where you have a person who owns a home already. They're looking to sell their departure residence, and they're also looking to purchase a new home, right? Mm-hmm. And obviously, in most cases, people try to sell that home either before or the exact same time as the new purchase, right? Yep. So they can use that money, potentially maybe to put down, make their payment a little bit smaller, whatever, right? Sometimes it doesn't happen that way for whatever reason, right? Sometimes you're able to buy the house before you actually complete the sale of the home. Mm-hmm. So let's say you do that. You buy this new home. You have you're finishing the sale of this previous home that you have. And let's say that happens maybe 2-3 months after the fact, right? So your sale completes 2-3 months after the fact of you buying this new home. And let's say because of the sale of the home, you're able to net $200,000, right? Let's say you want to put $100,000 in your pocket, save, and then $100,000 you want to put towards what you currently owe on your new home, right? In most cases, when you normally do that, you can put that $100,000 down on the principal. So let's say on your new mortgage you owe $500,000, you can put $100,000 down on the principal. So now you owe $400,000. But whatever the term of the mortgage when you originally got it, so if your monthly payment was $3,000 a month, that's what your payment's going to be, because that's what the original term is, and that's what is going to stay consistent for the whole mortgage. If it's a 30-year loan, that's what most mortgages are, 30-year loans, right? Mm-hmm. When you recast, though, if you take that $100,000 and you pay down that amount to $400,000, like we just said in the same example, you're now able to have the amount, the $400,000, now be recasted, where if you did a 30-year loan a couple months prior to it, they're going to do 30 years or 29 years and 8 or 9 months based on the $400,000 mark amount, that the new amount that you have, since you've now placed that large lump sum of money towards the principal of what you owe. So that payment now is going to be less. So instead of it being like the $300,000 that you got when you initially had the $500,000 balance, it may go down to $2,400. And so that's just like a really good feature that you're normally not able to take advantage of. And it's really only for conventional loans. So, it is limited in the loan type that you currently have. So it's not for your military folks that are using their VA loan or your FHA loans, any type of government loans. It's strictly for conventional. I got a buyer that I'm working right now who's coming up here from Hawaii, who's in that situation. They own a house down there. They're going to sell it, but he's moving up here first because he got a job offer up here, and his family's still going to be there. So he's going to get his family up here, then they're going to go through the process of trying to sell the home, and he wanted to really, take advantage of that recast feature. So that's something that we were working on and kind of going over the particulars. So I think that's something that's pretty cool that a lot of folks don't even know about.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know about recasting. Now, with recasting, there is a fee in order for you to recast. And also, in this particular situation that Bryan described, you have to qualify for both of those mortgages. So this situation may not work for everybody. In this particular one, this person does qualify to carry both mortgage payments.
Correct.
So that's why they have that opportunity to wait to sell the home in Hawaii after they purchase the one here in Hampton Roads. So you have to qualify for both mortgages. There is a limit or a minimum that you have to apply towards that balance. So you can't just say, I want to apply $5,000 and ask for a recast. Because honestly, $5,000 towards a $400,000 balance, it's not going to move the needle as much on your monthly payment. So you are going to be looking at larger lump sums being applied towards that principal balance.
That's right.
Yep. So recasting is a great feature if you are able to take advantage of it. It doesn't apply to everybody, but it is a good thing to have in your back pocket if you were ever in a situation where you had a large lump sum of money. Or you could be like a person that, buys a house conventional and you win the lotto.
Yeah.
You can either pay the house off or you can recast.
That's the same thing. I mean, that's something that, if you come across a large lump sum, it could be a life insurance policy, it could be anything, a settlement, and you want to, make your monthly payment less because, when you buy a house, whatever that principal and interest is at that time, that's what you're subject to for the full term of the loan, So that recasting feature allows for those new life events or something that changes during the time of you owning and having that mortgage to be just, shortened and taken a look at. And now your balance is much less than what it was when you first purchased the house because of the lump sum amount that you put towards the principal. And so now they're going to recast or relook at what you owe versus what the new amount is. And the payment will be reduced down because of that. So that's a pretty good feature, pretty cool feature that a lot of folks don't know about.
Yeah. So another thing that's highlighted in the news is, and this is more mortgage related, and I'm going to read it from my phone just because I want to make sure that I get it right. So there is a bill that has been presented, and it's in regards to trigger leads. So if you don't know, when you apply for a mortgage, obviously the credit bureaus are, they're notified, right? Because we're pulling credit when you apply for a mortgage. And so what happens is there's something called trigger leads, and it basically sends out notifications to other mortgage lenders to let other mortgage lenders know that you have applied for a mortgage loan. And so then in return, what happens is you as the consumer, you'll start getting all these calls from different lenders saying, hey, well, I can beat what that company is giving you. Hey, I can do this. But it can be annoying, right? And then also it's very what's a good word? It's very but you're bombarded with a lot of information. And for me as a mortgage banker, I don't want you to feel like bombarded when you're applying for a mortgage. I mean, that doesn't happen when you apply for a credit card. It doesn't happen when you apply for an auto loan, but it does happen when you apply for mortgage loans. So this bill is going to stop the notice to other mortgage lenders that the consumer is seeking a mortgage loan. So I think, in my opinion, that's going to be, if it's passed, it's going to be a great bill because honestly, as a mortgage banker, I don't want my client to get 100 different calls while they're in process of applying for this mortgage. Not that I'm trying to take anything away from you, but as a mortgage banker, I get so many complaints about this particular situation. They call me, they say, why is so many people calling me? Why am I getting all these calls? Like, it's annoying.
It is. I mean, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, it is annoying. I mean, it's annoying from both ends of the spectrum, right? So it's annoying. I know I'm pretty sure you could probably attest to this too. I would say now on a daily basis, I get probably 4 or 5 calls that are just spam calls, just like calls that are just basic, just, I don't even know how they got my number. I mean, it's just like, whatever, trying to talk about Medicare, talking about something. I don't even know what it is. Sometimes they don't even say nothing. Yeah, they don't even say nothing. Yeah. It's some type of person calling me from a different country. So we're already getting a lot of spam calls just off of that, right? Mm-hmm. And then now to get, when someone applies for a home mortgage, to get bombarded with all these phone calls, trying to take business away from the original person that was working and helping that person, man, it's frustrating. It's definitely frustrating. It's definitely frustrating. I just hate all the time when my phone rings for all these different things, and then it's like you don't want to answer the phone if you're not familiar with the call. You want to screen calls, and then you miss an important call because it's somebody who calls you who's maybe you don't have that number saved, but because you're being bombarded with all these calls. So it's just kind of one of those things you just don't want to, it just kind of would eliminate that, which I'm excited about. I hope it does actually get passed, and
Yeah.
So
me too.
Yeah.
Because I remember applying for, the mortgages that I've applied for, and I got those calls, and it's like, no, I'm not interested. No, I'm not. No. Then you ignore the call, and then it ends up being somebody important because you thought that it was someone from the trigger leads.
Correct.
And I don't feel like, information should be shared in that sense.
Correct. Yeah.
And even if you opt out of, because there's a way that you can opt out of your information being shared, and somehow it's still shared. You're still going to get the calls.
Yeah.
There must be something in there, some loophole, because you're still going to get those notifications. That information is still being sent out. So I think that it is a good bill.
Yeah.
And
I agree.
I'm excited, and I hope that it will eliminate some of that frustration to our consumers.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you 100%. I agree with 100%.
And then there's another bill that was presented to the Senate in regards to hedge fund companies buying single-family homes. And so I'll let you explain that one.
Yeah, I saw that too. It seemed like they proposed a bill where they're wanting these big hedge funds that have tens and hundreds of millions of dollars that are buying up single-family homes. And so they're wanting to stop that, right? Because they won't want those folks to be able to basically monopolize that situation.
Correct.
Right?
So what they're doing is these hedge fund companies are going in and they're buying these distressed homes at low cost, and then they fix them up, and then they sell them to the consumer. But there are loan products out there that a consumer can use to do the same exact thing.
Correct.
And they could walk into a property at lower cost with more equity.
Correct.
And so if this bill is passed, and it's going to stop the hedge fund companies from being able to have control of those single family homes.
Yeah.
And it'll give the opportunity for more consumers like yourself and I to be able to buy homes at an affordable cost.
Yep, that's right.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, that's good. So, I think it just gives you, for me, I'm all about opportunity, correct. Right? So that just gives, a buyer who's buying a home just more opportunities. If these hedge funds are buying up, all these properties and not giving, these individuals the opportunity to maybe buy into a better situation. I mean, I'm all for that, especially with us working on the mortgage end and us also being consumers ourselves as well, right? Yeah. So I think it's a great bill. Two bills that I'm hoping that, get moved up. I know we have an election year coming up. So I saw also, too, did you see that Donald Trump, kind of shifting gears, speaking on the election, Donald Trump was removed, I guess, in Colorado.
Yes, from the ballot.
From the ballot there, yeah. And there's other states that are also petitioning to do the same thing. Yeah. So it's going to be a very interesting election year because I know a lot of people are unhappy with, where our economy is right now. And so they were very pro Trump because they felt that during the Trump campaign or Trump administration, our economy was at a better place. And so if he's not going to be on some of these ballots in some of these states, I mean, I don't know how they're going to maneuver that. I don't know if they're just going to say, okay, hey, because, the candidates that are selected by the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, if they're all not able to be on all the states that are participating in the election, then they can't be on the election, be in the election at all, or they're just going to say, hey, you're almost just down these states, right? Let's say there's like 5 to 10 states that say, hey, he can't be on the ballot, then he can't win those states. So those states, you know, I mean, it's going to be kind of an uneven amount of votes that can be voted when it comes to the Electoral College and all that. So I don't know. I'm eager to see kind of. I think this election is going to be like the wild, wild west, man. I think it's going to be crazy. I really do. I really do think it's going to be crazy.
Thinking about that as you explained it, I don't know if there's anything in place that says that if you don't have the ability to have your name on the ballot, then you're automatically
correct. Yeah, I don't know either. I'm just saying, like, so I don't know if that is something. I'm just thinking, like, I mean, because you know it's going to be an unfair advantage, right? If, let's say, if it's, I don't know, just speaking hypothetically.
But it all depends on how many electoral votes are, you know, that state is worth. So Trump could potentially not have his name on the ballot. And if those particular states, the electoral votes aren't that high, and he still gets the states with the higher electoral votes, correct, he could potentially still win. But it's a matter of if he's able to even move to the point of...
That's my point. That's what I was saying. It's like, so, like, let's say, you know, because I've seen once Colorado, the bill was, you know, passed, I mean, like I said, let's say there's 5 to 10 other states, and then once you do the math on how many electoral votes those states get, let's say those states now, no matter if he wins 100% of the other states, that he has no mathematical way to win, then, I mean, then what do you do? You know what I mean? Then what's the point of having him on the ballot if he can't even win? That's what my point I was trying to go at. Is like, you know,
I wonder how that works.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's crazy. We're going to see what happens. I just think it's going to be a crazy year as far as the election, man, because I know a lot of people want change. They want things a little bit better economically, but it's, I mean, I don't know. We're going to see. We're going to see. We're going to see. So
we are going to see.
Yeah.
So... yeah, those are the 2 or 3, I guess, important topics that we wanted to discuss with you guys. I know that sometimes we talk about, you know, a little bit more in-depth mortgage-related information, but I think this is, like, coming from the top. So it's important in its own way.
Yeah, and I mean, and honestly, I'm excited. You know, like I said, I've seen an uptick in the applications I've gotten over the last 2 to 3 weeks, with interest rates going lower and being lower than they've been for a while. I can even say, like, I was quoting a VA buyer, military buyer, and his initial rate was in the low 6s, and then we were looking at buying the rate down by just a little bit, by like a half a point, and you know, we were quoting rates in the upper 5s, you know, and so that's exciting. I mean, I think that, you know, once we get here, everything's kind of, you know, trending in the direction. I know we have a big a forecast meeting coming up here. I think it's like January 9th, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm eager to see what the gentleman says, you know, as far as what he feels the 2024 year is going to have. But I mean, everything's kind of trending in the right direction. All the indicators that we look at is showing that, you know, rates are going to, you know, go lower. How low, we don't know. But I'm excited to see what that does for the market. And, you know, what it does for just our business. So
yeah, I'm excited, too. I mean, I've always said, I think I've said it in a few podcasts, that I think the election year rates are going to get better. Yeah. I mean, that's just, I don't know. It's almost like they kind of go hand in hand. Obviously, you know, there are, I could be wrong. You know, I'm not a forecaster. But based on the past, usually when there is a presidential election, things in the economy gets better. Yeah. I can double down on that one.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That is definitely a fact. Yeah. So what you got coming up?
Coming up, it's the holidays.
Nothing planned
Christmas.
This weekend?
A couple of things. I got one thing I'm excited about. I'm getting a massage today. I haven't had a massage in, I think it's been about a year, if I'm not mistaken.
Where you going?
Going to, it's a place called Natural Elements that I always would normally go to. Nice. Just because where it's located, it's not too far from where I grew up, and not too crazy far from where I live now. I can get there probably in about 15 minutes. So I'm excited about that. I've been trying to get one for the last couple weeks. I was going to treat myself for my birthday for one, but everything was booked, so I was able to kind of squeeze in today. So I'm excited about that. Outside of that, we're going to go to do breakfast with Santa on Christmas Eve, so that's Sunday.
Oh, nice. So we did that last weekend.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that. Yeah. So we're gonna do breakfast with Santa. So it's a big, huge buffet. It's at the Founders Inn, so I'm looking forward to that. I normally have a lot of good selection when it comes to food. What else we got going? I seen my kids. I guess they want to go. We were talking about potentially doing it tomorrow, where I don't know if you heard about it, where Santa is going to be flying over Greenbrier Mall. Did you hear about that? Yeah, they got. I don't know exactly how this is going to be done, but they have an airplane that's going to be flying over, and I don't know. I guess it's going to be at the visibility of you will be able to see. You'll be able to see Santa flying over. It's going to be like tomorrow morning, if I'm not mistaken. So I might go do that. Since the kids are. They're asking a whole bunch of questions about Santa. Dad, Santa this, Santa that, Santa this. Just asking me a whole bunch of questions. So, hey, let's go see Santa fly over, Greenbrier Mall. I don't know. So we'll see.
So there's this new Christmas movie with Brandy in it.
Okay.
And that actually happens in the movie.
Oh, wow.
For the kids. So
okay. Yeah. Maybe they got the idea from there. I don't know. Or maybe that's the thing. It just kind of made its way. I don't ever remember that happening or whatever. So, but that's something that I know that I think one of Brooke's friends told her about. Like, hey, this is something that we're going to be doing. And so she mentioned it to me. And I think the kids kind of overheard her talking about it. So they're like interested in potentially checking it out. So, so we'll see. We'll see. That's something. And outside of that, I mean, that's it. Christmas is Monday, so I'm looking forward to it. I got family. We're going to have it at our house this year. So, family's coming over, so I'm excited to see everybody together.
For Christmas Eve?
On Christmas Day.
Oh, Christmas Day.
Yeah, on Christmas Day. I think Brooke's mother, she's coming over on Christmas Eve. She's staying with us. But as far as the rest of our family is coming over on Christmas Day. And we're getting food catered from Luce, which is cool. It's one of my favorite restaurants here locally. So we're going to have, they had like this nice catering menu that they had put out where it's like a 3-course where they give you like a salad, a pasta, and then like a protein and a dessert as well. So I'm excited about that. It's kind of switch it up. I mean, normally for Christmas, we normally beforehand would have like a ham or have kind of some similar foods that we had for Thanksgiving. Some years my mom made lasagna. But I feel like we've had those traditions, man, for like 25, 30 years. So I kind of wanted to switch it up and do something a little different this year. So we're going to check that place out. My parents never went to Luce. We've been talked about it for a while. I actually got them a gift card there, for Christmas. Yeah. So nice. This kind of introduces them to the food. I'm pretty sure they'll like it and they'll be able to, have a date night on us. So, yeah. Yeah. So that's what I got going on for Christmas.
Yeah. So for me,
for this weekend, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know what I'm doing today. I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I know I need to get out the house and do something. Tomorrow, that's the day that we build like gingerbread houses in the house. So basically, it's like a competition that they do. I typically help Carter and Jada. Maya does it on her own, and then whoever gets the best gingerbread house, they're the winner.
Gotcha.
Right? So, but we're switching it up. It's not going to be a gingerbread house. It's going to be a cocoa stand. I got it from Target.
Okay.
So that's tomorrow. And then on Sunday, we actually got invited to a game night pre-Christmas celebration where we'll, come, we can wear pajamas, and then we'll play games. And then my friends' daughters and my daughters, they're switching gifts.
Okay.
So, yeah, they'll give each other Christmas gifts on Christmas Eve. So that will be fun. I'm excited about that. I always love a good game night. Oh, yeah. And I think we're going to play some spades. So, it's going to be a time.
Oh, yeah. Spades is always a winner. Oh, yeah.
It is going to be a time.
Don't be reneging now. Don't be reneging, man.
I am not I've almost said I'm not a renege.
I was about to say,
yeah, I can't say that.
Yeah, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. How do y'all normally play spades? Y'all play Joker, Deuce, Ace, or do y'all play like a different? How do y'all normally play?
Joker, Ace.
Joker, Ace. Yeah, so you don't keep the deuces, no deuce. Okay.
No. Because I can't say that I've never played that way, but I have to consciously think about it, and so then that way I don't even have to worry about it because
okay.
you know how sometimes you can play a game and you just like Uno, you know how the house rules with Uno, like if you playing it a different way, you may mess up a couple times. I ain't trying to mess up now.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm not trying to do.
I got you. Well, good luck on your spades. Good luck on the spades, man. Spades is definitely, I know I can get very competitive, when you play. So
it's very competitive and it's fun. Yeah. And we had game night at my house on Thanksgiving and that was hilarious. Yeah. Like it was so nice. There was so many people there, so many different families. Like I had people walk away and was like, yeah, we can't wait till next year.
Yeah, that's always good when you have that. Especially as like you're the one hosting. You know what I mean? You had the people at your crib and they really enjoying themselves.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. The kids have fun. Game night was hilarious. The kids were dancing. It was just a good time. It was a good time. I love the holidays, I must say.
That's dope. Yeah. And this is actually going to be the last podcast we record this year too.
Yes, this is the last podcast for the year.
Yeah, so
we
excited,
appreciate you guys listening to us. Hopefully you're learning some good nuggets, to hold, put in your pocket. That's what you say. Yeah. Put in your pocket, your back pocket, front pocket,
there you go.
Top pockets.
Yeah, top pocket, yeah.
So I really appreciate the opportunity to record this podcast. I hope, next year it gets even better, even greater. Yeah,
me too. I mean, we always felt that we wanted to, have conversations. Sophia and I talk, daily. So we talk about real estate stuff, mortgage related stuff. We talk about just life. We talk about current events, things that are going on. I talk to other people all the time, daily about things. I get phone calls all the time, about, hey, what's this? What's going on? So we feel like this would be a good platform to have a lot of these conversations that we're already having, to put it out there. A lot of the folks can tap in, listen, laugh with us, joke with us, just enjoy conversation, and just have a good time, man. Just have a good space to, have a good time and listen, and just understand and learn things that you may not know about mortgage or real estate, or learn about us. So I think it's pretty dope that we get to share that with you, on a weekly basis.
Absolutely. So, Why you get closer to the mic like that?
What do you mean? Closer to the mic? Oh, I don't know. I think it was my chair. I kind of sat up in my chair a little bit. So, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, where you can follow us. I am on Facebook, Instagram. I think we're on TikTok and YouTube. Yep. SKB_mortgage.
Yeah. And I'm Bryan, BRYAN _Royster. And like you said, we're on Instagram, TikTok, all of your major social media platforms. On YouTube, you can check us out at Let's Talk BS, Bryan and Sofia. Yep, podcast. So just come listen, come check us out. Let us know what we got going on.
All right. Thank you for listening. We will see you next week.
See you next week.